Right now, you're about to have a thought. You don't know what it is yet. Then, there it is. But here's the strange part. You didn't choose it. It just arrived. Try it now. Try to guess your next thought before it comes. You can't, because whatever you'd guess is already the thought. You were always one step behind your own mind. Scientists estimate you have thousands of thoughts a day. Some say 6,000, and nearly every one of them appears without permission. You didn't build it, you didn't request it. It surfaced from somewhere you cannot see. So the question is simple, and it has haunted thinkers for centuries. If you didn't choose the thought, who did? In 1983, a scientist named Benjamin Libet decided to catch the brain in the act. He wired people up and asked them to do one tiny thing: flick their wrist whenever they felt like it, and to note the exact moment they decided to move. What he found broke people's minds. The brain started preparing to move before the person was aware they'd decided. Not by a little, by half a second. Let that sink in. Your brain decides. Then a moment later, you feel like you decided. The choice you're so sure was yours was already made backstage. Libet called the signal the readiness potential, a wave of activity that rises before you know it's there. But, and this matters, Libet didn't think we were puppets. He proposed something else, something we almost never talk about. Yes, the thought arrives on its own. The urge bubbles up uninvited. But in the tiny window before you act on it, you can say no. He called it free won't. You may not choose the thought, but you might choose which ones you follow. But that raised a darker question, one that still isn't answered. Because if thoughts arrive on their own, where is on their own? Neuroscientists found a network in your brain that never turns off. They call it the default mode network. When you're not focused on anything, waiting in line, staring out a window, it lights up, and it starts generating memories, worries, random scenes, imaginary arguments. This is the machine that runs your mind when you're not driving, and you spend up to half your waking life inside it. And here's what makes it eerie. You can't fully control it. Try not to think of something, and there it is. Tell your mind to be quiet at 3 a.m., and it gets louder. The same network that daydreams also generates the thoughts you'd never choose, the intrusive ones, the cringe memory from years ago that ambushes you in the shower. Nobody requested that. It came from the machine. Some scientists went further. What if you, the voice that feels like the thinker, isn't the author at all? What if you're the audience? Sitting in a theater, watching thoughts appear on a screen, and taking credit for the movie. Now here's the honest part. Nobody has solved this. Libet's experiment has been argued about for 40 years. Some scientists say the readiness potential isn't a decision at all, just background noise the brain makes constantly, and sometimes a choice rides on top of it. Others say the whole thing proves free will is an illusion. The truth? We still don't know where a single thought comes from. We can watch the brain light up. We can name the networks. But the moment a thought is born, the very first spark happens somewhere we've never been able to look. So tonight, when you lie down and the thoughts start, the memories, the worries, the random face from years ago, notice something. You are not deciding them. They are arriving from a place inside you that you have never once visited. You spend your whole life certain that you are the one thinking, but maybe you were just the first one to find out what you thought. Sweet dreams.